Yeah, it was. Do you know what the difference with it was? It didn't come from. I'm a big shark fan as well. I mean, I'm a diver and love.
I am not. I am not.
Sharks are my favorite animal.
Yeah. It's great.
100%.
It's funny. It's the. I sometimes have to. There's an ethical thing. Is doing a shark movie bad for sharks? I kind of think it's not. I think it's good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think it makes. I think it makes. It's like dinosaurs. People just they're excited about them. But
the people who freaked out about the sharks from Jaws, fuck them. They're idiots.
Yeah, it's. But the reason for the movie was not so much the Jaws thing. Isn't Jaws is a great movie, but that's not what I made this movie. I wanted to make like The Abyss or Leviathan, or I just hadn't seen an underwater movie for so long. They used to be like that in the 80s. Even the first poster that they sold the movie off was when they showed it to me. I was like, that's Leviathan. That's fucking great. I've always wanted to make that. When you start to see that the concept is the movie that that's. I would want to take that from a video store or whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to do like total and the sharks are just the presence around there, but it's not like a body count like shark attack movie.
But it's a tough watch. I mean, one of the things that's in a good way. One of the things that we've banged on about it many times before. But I think the way you get that juxtaposition of like that is so claustrophobic and so like you feel like you can't breathe, but at the same time, completely contrary to that is this massive space all around. With being in the sea and the point where she gets lost under the sea. It's I mean, I don't know how you managed to find that balance. I
mean, that came from if you're a diver, you know that the sort of main set piece in it. There's a moment where she's she's at the bottom of the ocean. She's gone out. This is Mandy. She's gone out of the cage to try and find the diver that's come to help her, and they can see the torch and stuff, and she's communicating to her sister in the cage, and she sort of swims out, and then she gets the torch, and the guy's not there, and she's like, oh fuck, I'll come back now, and as she turns around, she doesn't realize which way she comes from, and she can't hear now anymore, and she's just surrounded by just blue. And she has to just swim out, and it's called swimming out into the blue when you do it. I did it. A diving instructor took me in Egypt. Just so you basically normally when you go diving, you've got like a reef. You've got reference.
Yeah, frame of reference.
Yeah, frame of reference. Yeah. And to go out into the blue is like nothing above, nothing below. You just go, and it's fucking terrifying.
Do you know whether you're upside down?
Yeah, you could get lost.
That's one of the reasons why
everything's blue.
Yeah, it's just and like
I love this concept for this movie for that reason.
Yeah, and it's so I just wanted, that was the thing that was just in my mind. It's just to do this point of view camera like in her mask as you're just going out, and you would do like when I did it in Egypt, like suddenly fish would come past you, and you'd be like, where the fuck? And it is, you get like sweaty butt, and it's just like, which fucking way do you go? And you could go up, but actually you might be in, they tell you to watch which way your bubbles are going because you're so disorientated.
Is it like a rite of passage for a diver to have to do this?
No,
did you do it on purpose?
But it was a very cool thing to do in a very gentle, with a diving instructor way to do it. Yeah,
we definitely
to do that
don't.
for
so you're
real.
not recommending that everyone goes out?
Yeah. I wouldn't. That's my worst nightmare. I love diving, but that's my worst fucking nightmare. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Buried? With
Ryan
Reynolds?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I was just thinking about that film because, in that film, they're in the coffin. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
They're in this coffin the entire time. It's like, how the hell am I watching this shit? But they actually, they make it work with the way,
I really like that
mentioned.
movie.
Well,
So that's
was,
what I was wondering.
That brings a practicality aspect to one of the things I was going to ask you about filming this. Like, how difficult was that filming underwater?
Yeah.
Like, I know the logistics of being underwater.
Yeah.
First of all, just living and doing that as a dive. And then I bring the whole film dimension to it and framing it up. Like, how the fuck did you do that, bro?
It was
easy.
Yeah, it was easy. Yeah, it was pretty tough. I mean, we had an amazing crew. The DP Mark Silk is like the top, underwater guy, and him and his team were just incredible. And but it was tough.
Did you ever have those moments where you maybe got lost, during the filming? Did the filming ever become real?
No, because it's all in a tank. It's all in a tank, but you got to imagine how horrendous this was. So I wrote this and I thought, because I'd done quite a tough gig called Other Side of the Door, which was all set in India.
Great movie, by the way. I did see some clips of that.
That's a cool. It was fun, but it was with Fox, and it was a long process, and it was tough, And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a shark movie. I'm a diver. I'm going to spend 6 weeks with, diving fun sharks. This is going to be fucking. This is everything. Everything you want to do, and I ended up in Basildon. In London, just outside London, in a truck park. Okay,
a place called Essex in London, just outside London.
It wasn't quite what you had planned.
No, and so the tank was this place next to a recycling plant, so it stank, right? And it was a covered tank, but it was covered. With a tent rather than like a building, like a permanent structure. It was covered basically with a black tent. It was insanely hot summer. In England, we don't understand air conditioning because it's never hot. So I'm sitting there in this tent with this heat building up, and to get the sediment in the water, we have trucks of broccoli coming in, and you have the interns mincing up the broccoli, and then I have a special diver who goes around and puts the broccoli in the water. Wow! So when all the light catches it, you've got your own current in the tank. So that's what gives nobody'd ever done this before. So it was because I looked at underwater movies and I just thought they're too clean. You look at the abyss, it's too clean. And I was like, I want to have this sediment as a diver. I want to be able to feel that. Yeah. So we had tons of broccoli going in.
Why broccoli? Yeah. And broccoli comes
It's perfect. It's amazing. The way.
How did you know that? How did you know broccoli?
Because he's a diver.
Yeah, we tried kale. We tried like everything, and in different veggies. So the first day filming, it's like, this is kind of good, and then you can actually see like florets of broccoli going through. And it's like, okay, we might need to make this a little bit finer. But that starts rotting, and then it was probably about 2 weeks into the shoot where, when the actresses go down to the bottom of the tank, they have like 40 minutes in their tank. And you never bring people up, so it's you have to be thinking constantly on your feet, because
how deep is that tank?
It's about 7 meters. Okay. I don't know what that is in American money, but it was pretty deep. It's
7 meters down.
Like 20 feet.
Yeah,
30 feet.
So it's properly down. They're in the cage, and you can't bring people up, because every time you bring someone up, you'll lose an hour. Right. So
is that to do with the ears and I don't really understand how it all works?
Logistics of diving.
Just kind of like, as soon as everybody comes up, then that's an hour gone. It just is an hour gone. So you just have to go, keep filming, so that you can never stop.
Jesus Christ.
You can never ever stop. The camera has to be rolling all the time. And it was only when we were about 2 weeks in, and Mandy's like, Mandy's got to come up. She's got to go to the loo. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. She comes up and she goes out to the loo, and I'm like, wait a second, we've been doing this 2 weeks and no one else has gone to the Wait a second. So of course, that's all and in the end, even Mandy was going to the loo in the tank. So it was rotting broccoli, urine, milk as well. So you put milk in to make it cloudy.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
All in this insane heat with no air conditioning. I mean, it was rancid.
The pool's heated too.
Do you think it was better to film in a tank like that, or do you think you
can't film in the sea?
You can't do open water.
Yeah. Wrecks the equipment.
No, it's just
for logistical.
No. Just the worst. Actually, to be honest, the actual filming side was fun. The worst by far of the filming was taking a boat out. We shot some stuff of a boat going out into the ocean in the Dominican Republic. And you just don't want to do that. Where the fuck? Where's your crew going to go? Where are you going to put your light? Where's the electric? Nothing. It's just a night. You never want to go anywhere near the ocean. even on top of the ocean, it's tough because like moving a boat around, you actually have to fucking move a boat around, and it's just impossible. So anything that you can have control over, you would never like to be even in a shallow part of the ocean. It would just be an absolute